No one said it was gonna be easy.
The last thing I want to be is one of those guys that never won a ring.
Wow.
It's hard winning a championship. As for this list, we're gonna look at NFL players who joined championship contenders only to lose it all. Randy Moss. One of the best wide receivers in the NFL, Randy Moss truly made the late 1990s to early 2000s Minnesota Vikings a force to be reckoned with. 2007, after 2 miserable seasons with the Oakland Raiders, Moss was traded to the New England Patriots where he scored 23 touchdowns in his first season in Foxborough. The Patriots would rattle on to having an undefeated season. Unfortunately, the Patriots' run for perfection ran out when they lost to the New York Giants 14-17 in Super Bowl 42. Moss was traded to the Vikings in the 2010 season and was then signed by the Tennessee Titans after the Vikings released him. He ended up taking a year off from playing and then signed with San Francisco in 2012. By this time, Moss wasn't exactly in his prime, but still, he scored 3 touchdowns and helped the 49ers reach Super Bowl 47. But unfortunately, he would experience loss again as the 49ers fell to the Baltimore Ravens 31-34.
Man, I still think about it. I still think about the loss in 07, and I can still say I haven't seen the game. I haven't watched a game of it yet.
Wes Welker. Similar to Randy Moss, Welker also joined the New England Patriots in 2007 after 3 seasons with the Miami Dolphins. Welker's stats skyrocketed during his time at the Patriots. He was on the same undefeated Patriots with Moss that reached Super Bowl 42 before losing 14-17 to the New York Giants. Unlike Moss, however, Welker stayed with the Patriots and helped them reach Super Bowl 46, before ultimately losing to the Giants again. In 2013, Welker left the Patriots and joined the Peyton Manning-led Denver Broncos, where they reached Super Bowl 48, but got blown out 8-43 to the Legion of Boom Seattle Seahawks. Welker would spend 1 more season in Denver before getting released in 2015, and after that, he signed with the St. Louis Rams. And of course, after Welker had departed, the Broncos, led by the no-fly zone defense, won Super Bowl 50 24-10 against the Carolina Panthers. Julius Peppers. Peppers is one of the league's most outstanding linebackers. Having won Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2002, Peppers was a 9-time Pro Bowler that helped the young Carolina Panthers reach Super Bowl 38 before losing in the last seconds of the game to the New England Patriots. Peppers ultimately jumped ship in 2010 and signed with the Chicago Bears. He helped them reach the NFC Championship game, which they ended up losing to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. After a couple of more seasons in the Windy City, Peppers was released in 2014 and then signed with the rival Packers, where he helped them reach 2 NFC Championship game appearances, which they both lost to the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons respectively. Though Peppers will undoubtedly be a Hall of Famer, he just never was able to capture that elusive Super Bowl championship. LaDainian Tomlinson. Tomlinson is one of the best running backs to ever play in the NFL. He helped carry the San Diego Chargers to glory during his 9 seasons with the Bolts and won the AP NFL MVP award in the 2006 season. Unfortunately, Tomlinson experienced playoff disappointment with the Chargers, most notably in the 2006 season when his 14-2 Chargers were knocked out of the divisional round by the New England Patriots, and in the 2007-2008 AFC Championship to the undefeated Patriots. Tomlinson would join the Rex Ryan-led New York Jets in 2010, where he and Gang Green reached the AFC Championship game, before they ultimately lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Though Tomlinson may not have been able to capture a Super Bowl championship, he is still, without a doubt, a true NFL legend.
In the end, we never won a championship, even though it seemed like we was right on the brink of winning 1 or 2.
Mark Ingram II. Ingram is a former Heisman Trophy winning running back from the University of Alabama. He was drafted to the New Orleans Saints, where he had some success with Drew Brees and head coach Sean Payton. However, the Saints had their playoff woes as they lost in the divisional round in 2011, 2013, and 2017 respectively. And they lost in a very controversial NFC Championship game against the Los Angeles Rams in 2018. Ingram then took his talents to the Baltimore Ravens in 2019. There, he would help the team achieve a 14-2 record, the number 1 seed to the AFC playoffs, and a home field advantage. But even with all that, they were bounced out of the playoffs by the Tennessee Titans. Ingram would leave the Ravens and had a very short stint with the Houston Texans before returning to New Orleans, where he stayed until his retirement, leaving at the end of the 2022 season without ever hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Randall Cunningham. Cunningham was the star quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, who helped the team reach the playoffs in the late 1980s until the mid-1990s before abruptly retiring from the NFL after the 1995 season. Cunningham came out of retirement in 1997 and ended up joining the Minnesota Vikings. There, he truly saw success in the team's magical 1998 season when the team finished with a 15-1 record and formed an incredible pass attack with the wide receiver duo consisting of then rookie Randy Moss and Chris Carter. That season, the Vikings would reach the NFC Championship game against the Atlanta Falcons. Unfortunately, kicker Gary Anderson missed a very crucial field goal, and the Falcons took the game to overtime and defeated the Vikings 30-27. Cunningham left the Vikings in 2000 and played for the Dallas Cowboys and Baltimore Ravens until ultimately retiring after the 2001 season. Steven Jackson. Jackson is a former Pro Bowl running back who spent the majority of his career with the St. Louis Rams. Unfortunately, the Rams were beyond bad in the mid to late 2000s. Jackson did everything that he could to help the team win, but the Rams offense remained in the trash bin for several years. After the 2012 season, Jackson joined the Atlanta Falcons, but was simply a shell of his former self with 1,250 rushing yards in his 2 years there. In 2015, Jackson joined the New England Patriots as they dealt with injuries at the running back position. There, he was a part of the Patriots' playoff run to the AFC Championship game, where they would ultimately lose to Peyton Manning and the no-fly zone Denver Broncos. That game right there would end up marking Jackson's final in the NFL, as he would retire in the 2019 season, never to play again. Terrell Owens. Owens was one of the NFL's most electrifying wide receivers and had some of the most exciting touchdown celebrations anyone's ever seen on the field. After 8 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, Owens joined the Philadelphia Eagles in 2004 and torched opposing defenses with them. He unfortunately suffered a broken fibula after Dallas Cowboys safety Roy Williams tackled him in Week 15 of that season. The Eagles would end up reaching Super Bowl 39, and Owens defied doctor's orders and ended up playing in that game. Owens would catch 9 receptions for 122 yards, but the Eagles still lost to the New England Patriots 21-24. Owens later joined the Dallas Cowboys in 2006, the Buffalo Bills in 2009, and later the Cincinnati Bengals in 2010. He never played in the regular season after that, but was still inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2018. Charles Tillman. Tillman was a 2-time Pro Bowl cornerback for the Chicago Bears from 2003 until 2014. Tillman would help the Bears reach Super Bowl 41, but they ended up losing to Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts 17-29. Tillman would later join the Cam Newton-led Carolina Panthers in 2015 and helped that team earn a 15-1 record. He also helped the team reach Super Bowl 50, where of course, they ultimately lost to Peyton Manning and the no-fly zone Denver Broncos. Tillman would retire from the NFL after the 2015 season and ended up joining the FBI as a field agent. Very strange career path for Tillman. Jackie Smith. Smith was a 5-time Pro Bowl Hall of Fame tight end with the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals were a miserable team throughout the 1960s and 70s, despite everything that Smith did on the field. The team only made the playoffs twice during Smith's time in St. Louis and were bounced out of the divisional round in 1974 and 1975 to the Minnesota Vikings and Los Angeles Rams respectively. Smith joined the Tom Landry-led Dallas Cowboys in 1978 and helped the team reach Super Bowl 13 against the Terry Bradshaw-led Pittsburgh Steelers. Unfortunately, Smith is remembered for dropping a key pass from Roger Staubach with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left in the third quarter, as they trailed 14-21. Cowboys settled in for a field goal and eventually lost that game 31-35 to the Steelers. That would be Smith's final game in the NFL, as he would retire immediately after, despite the Cowboys really wanting him back for the 1979 season. But what other NFL legends never got to hoist the Lombardi Trophy? Was there anyone notable that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.